Happy Tuesday, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Today is going to be a little faster of a session as opposed to the last couple of weeks where we've been diving in to branding and such. Today, I wanted to go over with you some of the ChatGPT updates that I've noticed since my last ChatGPT session, which was a couple of weeks ago. As we continue to have people come in, I'll reiterate my usual things for Tuesdays. Please go ahead and stop me if you've got a question. I do not keep track of the chat, and Michael will do his best to let me know someone's put something in the chat, but sometimes it might get a little too far. So please just go ahead and stop and say, hey, Rosie, you've got a question. Could you go back and review that again or whatnot, whatever it is. Today I do have a little freebie to give you guys. And if you can't see it, for example, on the screen, or you don't want to take a screenshot, or you can't, I can put it in the chat as an upload. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and begin. You will need ChatGPT for today's session because I am going to go in that specifically, and we're going to be using that program. So if everybody wants to go ahead now and go ahead and open up their ChatGPT while I go ahead and let you know what we're going to go over today. So I've noticed that ChatGPT has a couple of new plugins. I am using ChatGPT 4. So if you're not using ChatGPT 4, this might not make a lot of sense to you, but stand by and watch and listen, and it might be the reason why you upgrade. So we're going to look at the plugin integrations, and we're going to go on a step-by-step install on ChatGPT on how to install these plugins. It's really, really simple, but I didn't even know they were there until I found them. And then, of course, I started downloading and using the ones that work for my business. So I'm going to show them all to you. You can use whichever ones work for you best, but I specifically want to go over the Canva plugin. What can it do and its limitations, because as you know how much I love Canva and use it so frequently, I did find that there were quite a few limitations with this plugin. So I don't want anyone to think it's like a miracle plugin where it's just going to create all these things for you. It's not. It's more of like a finder and a helper, but I know that that is beneficial for a whole lot of people. So I still wanted to show it off and show you what it can do. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to get out of here if it will let me. And we're going to go ahead and open up ChatGPT. Perfect. So this is what you should see when you open up your ChatGPT. Most of you are going to have two toggle screens up here, as do I. Some of you, if you've not upgraded, will only have one. So again, this is for people who have upgraded, just so I can show you the new features and possibilities within. So you're going to go ahead and toggle to ChatGPT 4. And you're going to scroll down here. You're going to see that it says default and then advanced data analysis. I don't use any of this. What this is, I did look into it. It is a lot of code writing. It's a whole lot of stuff that I don't need for my real estate business, so I'm not going to dive into that. But I highly suggest you do if you've got it and you've got a couple of minutes to play with it. See what works for you, what you can use to your benefit for your business, make things easier for us on a daily basis, right? So click plugins. And then this little thing is going to show up here. It's a little small. So that's why, I didn't even know how to use this. There was no step-by-step guide. I taught myself everything, so we'll go through it together. Canva, you can only toggle 3 at a time, by the way. These are the ones that I have downloaded into my ChatGPT. If you click plugin store, this is what's going to pop up for you. And this plugin store, it's really simple, but there's not many. I think there's only 3. Yeah, okay. 5 pages, so not bad. 5 pages worth of really cool little plugins that they've created specifically for Canva. I didn't use any of these, but go through it. If you're installing this for yourself, go through it, see what you like. This one does interactive chats and PDFs of any size. This one's pretty cool. And page referencing for fact checking. So it'll go in a PDF and fact check it for you. It's pretty interesting. Very cool. So let me show you the ones that I've installed, right? And again, there's 5 pages here. You go through it. If you're into the planning of trips and whatnot, you know, I was always like, how can ChatGPT do that efficiently and correctly for everybody? Well, this, you know, this Expedia plugin is really helpful. So is the kayak one as well. What those are going to do is kind of set up an itinerary for your travel, show you different options as far dates and times for your flights, etc. So what I'm using as a real estate agent, these are the ones I downloaded and then started playing with and seeing how it could help me. Is this diagrams one. I really liked the flow charts in this. Doc maker. This one I'm going to show you because I've got it open and I'll show you exactly what it spit out for me. It was pretty cool. And I'll show you the difference between having this doc maker and not having this doc maker when you have ChatGPT. Let's keep going here real quick. And here I have make a sheet. I downloaded this one because this will create Google Sheets for you and Excel sheets for you and pop them out in a CSV file for you. And what else? Did I do any other ones? I don't know. But this prompt perfect is pretty cool. I don't think I downloaded any other ones, but I'll show you. This prompt perfect is very cool. That's for prompt specifics. It says it'll make you the perfect prompt every time. And then Wikipedia and a Zapier one as well. A lot of people might be using Zapier for their business. So integrating it into your ChatGPT is very interesting. Very cool. All right, so let's get out of here. How do I get out of here? How do I get out? Plugin store. All right, so we're gonna get out of the plugin store. So you've downloaded, let's say the Canva one. I hope everybody went ahead and put the Canva one in there. I'm gonna show it to you if not. All right. And we got Doc Maker in there too. Okay. So when you go into your chat, I specifically, for example, had used it to create a YouTube banner. This is what I thought, right? So here was my prompt. And this is what it spit out. And I'll do one in real time for you so you can see. Now, this is where my confusion was, guys, because, you know, I thought that it was going to, and I've read online, lots of people think the same thing, that it's going to modify it for you in any way, that it's going to make it personal in any way. It's not. So what I found, so you guys don't have to be surprised later, is that what it does is it finds the template for you. Specifically, I had asked for real estate, right, for my real estate channel, and it brought up one that it could search with the words real estate within Canva. And so you're going to probably say the same thing I said, which was, well, why can't I just go on Canva and search for that? And the answer is you can. So it is just, if you want to use one system and not go search through Canva yourself, all you do is you click template. It brings you this template that it suggests for you based on what you've asked for. And then it makes it easy for you by just clicking open the template. And that's what it does. It finds it for you, and then you still have to go in and modify. So please know that. It will bring it up for you, I promise. But let's go, there it is. Let's go into the next thing. So once you're here, then of course you can modify it with your photo, your colors. And all it did, guys, was go ahead and search that for you. And I'll go in and ask it for something else, and you'll see that it's just going to search Canva for you and bring you to that template. You will have to go in and modify it how you like. Let's do a new chat, and using the chat, using the Canva filter plugin, let's go and say, create an email signature for real estate agents, including, let's see, icons. And so it should be sourcing Canva right now to show me, there you go, see examples of what one might look like. So herein lies a limitation. And this is what I wanted to show you. You will have to speak to it multiple times. This is a new plugin for me. I've only used this now for a couple of days. And as you can see, I asked it using this specific plugin to find me an email signature, right? And what it did was it spit out a layout for me. Now this, of course, is super easy. If this is what you were looking for, go ahead and grab this text, modify it, put it in your email signature. But this is asking you now, do you want to visualize this email signature in a design template? So then you have to speak to it again and ask for that. Say yes. Okay. Yes. Show me design template. And let's see what it shows us. Or none. Let's see. Here we go. Using Canva. Okay, perfect. So see, it was able to find templates for you. Wasn't the, well, very, very nice. Wasn't the very first one. It wasn't an easy prompt like the first time I did it where I asked for the YouTube cover and that spit those out immediately. So this one you had to talk to it a little bit more. So I wanted to show you that limitation in that respect, that, you know, there are some where you are going to need to speak to the system a little more than usual. And then also there are just certain things that it doesn't do, like modify the templates for you. You could make yourself blue in the face here, putting in all of your information. It's not going to matter. It cannot go in and modify this template for you. So I found those two things to be a little limiting, and I wanted to, you know, be sure to be upfront about that. You can totally go into Canva. In my opinion, for me, I'm used to Canva. I can go in and do this very quickly in Canva. I can find these in Canva much faster than it was able to type all this out for me. But people, for example, who are not comfortable with Canva, I thought this was a great tool for them to just go into ChatGPT and let ChatGPT find these things for them. So then, of course, you scroll your options, and there's thousands more on Canva, so don't feel limited. But if you want to, you know, you want to be simple, one and done, just click one of these, and again, it's going to open it up for you in Canva, and then you just modify it, and boom, you've got your signature. Okay, so I want to go and use do new chat. I want to use the doc maker. So I'm going to go here, make sure that my doc maker. So I'm going to untoggle Canva because again, you only allow 3 at a time to be open. So I'm going to toggle my doc maker. And perfect. I had asked yesterday for a sample newsletter. I like the doc maker a lot, guys, and I'm going to explain why. The doc maker, unlike Canva, can get specific for you. Now, I highly suggest using this doc maker for things like this, these newsletter market updates. Yes, it can pull current market information for you. ChatGPT 4 is integrated in with Google now, so it does search the internet. I mean, searches all the web browsing, sites. It's everywhere. It's not just Google. Google does have their own called Bard, which I'll show you that in the next slide. But this was pretty incredible because I put my zip code in, and I found that it gave me an incredible amount of information that I have not yet been able to find at the click of a button the way in which this did for me. I haven't yet found something this good. So I just wanted to share it with you. I asked it to create a sample, content, and proceed. And this is what it gave me. These are real facts right here. And this was just last night. I updated it. Now, what you do have to go in and is the featured properties, of course, because there's millions. Go in and modify these featured properties and place the descriptions here. But look at all of this. This is an entire layout for a newsletter. with headings and all of that. Before, ChatGPT wasn't really great about breaking things up like this and making the headings and all these bullet points specific. And now it truly, truly is. So I really enjoyed this doc maker. And what it gave me was this. You click download newsletter PDF, and I don't want to do that in front of you guys. It took a couple of minutes, but this is what it gave me. It has its own system. So that is this link right here. If you're following along, I clicked this link and this is what opened up for me. And this is with, again, Doc Maker plugin in ChatGPT. And this was already done for me in this way. So all I have to do is go in, and you can modify it directly here. Go in and just, put the proper addresses and the proper pricing of these homes. And this is ready to go. Put in your info and you're ready to go. This is how it looks. You can change the colors and everything, and you can modify. You can download it. And this is all for free here. This system is for free. You can download it, export it. You can edit it in Word. There are, of course, upgrade features, but you can save it and edit. And you know what, guys, you can even grab this information, grab this entirety, and then throw this into Canva and put it into a Canva newsletter template, for example. If you want it to be like this is very email style, but if you want it to have, some layout and, the different stuff that Canva does have to play around with, there's some really beautiful newsletter templates in there too. So you can pop this information straight into the Canva template. I do see, hey, Patricia. Yes. Oh, you direct messaged me. Yes. Yes. This webinar is recorded. I will have that for you on the last slide. It's going to always be on David A. Kurz YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to that. It is a lot of information. You're very, very welcome. I'm trying to go through it quickly today because it's really not that in depth, but it is a lot of info on the new ChatGPT system. So yeah, thanks for messaging me. I want to make sure I got you that info in case you leave early. It will be, catch the replay, will be recorded, is being recorded. Okay, guys, so let's move on. So again, highly suggest use that doc maker if you're in real estate. I believe most of you with me here are. Definitely download this doc maker. I loved it. I thought it was amazing for it to give me actual market update for my current zip code, any zip code you want, but it's current market information that you just go in and amend. Your whole layout's right there for you. Beautiful, beautiful. And you just go ahead and use Canva, choose a template, and pop that info in there, and you've got a wonderful newsletter. All right. So I'm going to get back here. If you give me just 1 second to get back. I've got, and I didn't forget, a little freebie for you guys. It's a cheat sheet. I found this cheat sheet and I thought it was wonderful. I think we went, step by step. I showed you how to install the plugins. I showed you what it could do, and I definitely mentioned a few limitations I noticed that it had, but that doc maker is amazing. Love it. Okay, guys, so now's your time. Go ahead and screenshot this. If not, just let me know. I can drop the actual file into the chat. I believe I'm able to do that. But I think it's large enough for everybody to screenshot. So now's your time. This is a wonderful cheat sheet that I found. Not only does it give you terms in case you don't know anything about what I'm talking about. You're like, Rosie, what is a ChatGPT for? What it's a prompt, etc. It's got a little index here with key terms, key features, what a plugin is, what prompting is, etc. Then my favorite here probably is the second line where it gives you different tones, right? Using X tone. I mean, if you have been with me, I've been doing this now for a little over 6 months. I started very ChatGPT heavy in the beginning on prompts and how to speak to the system and making sure that you made it your personal assistant, because it depends on how someone's speaking to the system, which based on what answer it's going to give you. So writing such in a such tone, or in this tone, in this format, this gives you all different types of words you can use and give the system so that it gets you a better answer and learns how you want to speak to it. So you can do a persuasive tone, poetic if you're writing something sing-songy, right? Or descriptive if you're doing a listing description, professional, for example, if you want it to be more professional of a listing description, or a professional, blog post, let's say, if you're still into blogging. And then of course the format, ask it, tell it what format you want it to spit out this answer to you, in the format of an essay, in the format of bullet points, in the format of a table, because it can do that now. Modes and roles. I use this all the time. Sometimes when I'm doing a listing description, I will even give it a specific real estate a realtor's name that I know, for example, that is that the internet would know that there's YouTube videos on that speaks in a certain way that's very persuasive, for example, right? Pick your favorite YouTuber that you want to sound like, or you want your text to sound more like, so that your copy is written more like them. You can have ChatGPT do this for you. Tell it that you want it to speak in the way in which so-and-so would. And if that so-and-so is identifiable on the internet, ChatGPT will do it. It will find them and it will do it. So, and I've done this before, tried and true, truthfully. Use these modes and roles, use these formats, and use these tones. And I assure you, you're going to get really great ChatGPT copy from using these, as opposed to not using them. There's prompts below this. It gives you 7 prompts as examples. Have you heard, and maybe some of you have, where it says, people, most marketing is done on a 5th grade level, typically. Don't over complicate things when you're marketing, right? People with marketing like to see things quickly. They don't like to read a lot of words, and they go based on emotion. They go based on the emotion and thoughts that, for example, the colors that they're viewing make them feel instantly. So don't think you have to have a very, very long description, or it has to be very wordy, because it does not. So here are some prompts that will help you in writing your copy. If someone's got their mic on, could you please mute yourself? Unless you're like, Rosie, stop, I've got a question. Otherwise, I just hear like a lot of static on my side. And then down below, the plugins. You've got a list of plugins. It's got 8 plugins here. In addition, there's some ChatGPT for alternatives. So like I said, yes, there are some limitations. I know there are several people on here who enjoy using different systems and not necessarily enjoy ChatGPT. So I thought that this cheat sheet was really comprehensive, because it has some alternatives for you here at the bottom. In addition, on the right, you're going to notice there's some top 10 AI tools. Now, these are all things that you can use in addition to ChatGPT that might help you in your business. So I highly suggest you go through them, just pop the name in Google, search it, and see what would work best for you. If any of these might help, I'm very happy to share them with you. So let me know if you need me to put this download in the chat. Oh, thank you, Michael. Michael did that for me. All right, awesome. Wonderful. So everyone has it. If you go ahead and go in the chat, you'll see that Michael did put in the file, so you guys can download that. Make sure you download it and use it. And I'm going to go ahead and move on then. So as you know, I do offer mentoring one-on-one. If you want more more information like this, if you're interested in learning different systems, what type of systems you can use based on your business, where you are with your marketing and your branding, if you need help with that, if you're a new agent and you're looking to start from the ground up and have never looked at Canva and just find it overwhelming, I'm here for you. Let me know. I am more than happy to do one-on-ones with you. Just go ahead and scan that QR code and it will get you to all the ways to contact me. Awesome. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all of you. We did have a pretty full house today. Next week, I'm really excited because we're going to go through just a little bit on the brand feature on Canva, which is quite cool and interesting, given that we've had someone in my sessions for couple of weeks now, really utilizing everything I've been talking about as far as branding's concerned, revamping their logo, giving it some new life, understanding what the marketing of your brand really means, and putting a lot of thought behind that. And she did just that. So I'm very excited for next week to have a little chat with one of my favorite participants, Danielle Arnold. So she'll be chiming in for just a couple of minutes and tell us about what her experience was like, going through these branding sessions with me and what really came of it. I've seen her logo personally. I got a sneak peek. You guys will have to wait. But I absolutely love it. Everything that it stands for, everything that had the confidence that it's given her in her business really means the world to me. And that is why I think branding and marketing yourself is so important, because that's what it gives you. Truly, it gives you, the really strong legs you need to stand on to go shout yourself from the rooftops. We are promoting ourselves, right? And I know that feels a little weird sometimes. So having a really strong brand that you can feel confident in and stand behind really will mean everything in the confidence for you going forward in your business. So I've been really excited to see her growth, and I'm so excited for her to unveil it all. And as usual, you can catch me here every Tuesday at thefreedomzoom.com. You can make sure to register for all the classes so you don't miss any of them. Register at thefreedomcoaching.com. And of course, David's incredible coaching platform, the Freedom Achievers Academy, can be found at freedomachieveracademy.com. You can find me everywhere and anywhere, probably at Rosie Sells Miami. So follow me on Instagram and make sure that you keep in touch, so that if I don't see you on Tuesday, you can always reach me. All right, guys, anybody have any questions? Want me to go back on anything, or we're all good? If we're all good, I will see you next week. The YouTube. Go ahead, Tracy. What about the YouTube? The YouTube's right here. Bottom right, catch the replay at David A. Kurz. Bye, Jeanette. Thank you for joining. David A. Kurz. Thanks, Patricia. I appreciate you. So you can catch all the replays there. Also, if you sign up to our newsletter, you're going to get emails automatically sent to you about when the classes are, and you can catch the replays on all of them. Make sure to join our Facebook group, David A. Kurz, right here, Lisa. If you look, it stands for Adam. It's just an initial. If you look here at the bottom right of this screen where it says replay underneath the F, see the little @ right there? David A. Kurz. Oh, you can, if you go, Patricia, if you go into Facebook and join our Facebook group, you can find everything there. So Freedom Achiever Academy on Facebook. And you can always reach me at rosiesellsmiami@gmail.com. If you've got any questions, I'll be happy to set you up and get you going in the right direction. You are very welcome. All right, guys, it was a pleasure. I will see you all next week. And Danielle, I cannot wait to have you speak with me and show everybody everything you've been working on. Have a good one, guys.